Bang or record for YouTube. Let me run this little commercial. Every time I come in the press room, you're in the press room. Working on our Stars Hot-Tronic heat press. Using all the vinyl. Making all the picture tees. I like vinyl.
I'm about to just load these boxes up on that shoulder.
Man, you gotta be a crazy little brother to get fired on your day off. What you get caught stealing boxes for?
Man, I didn't get caught stealing no boxes. He said he caught me though.
You get our rent paid.
Why don't you go in there and ask the girls real fast to see if they help us pay our rent?
That don't sound like a bad plan at all.
What's up, Pops? What's up, Smokey?
I'm trying to set up a meeting with the girls, man.
Okay.
Y'all wanna help me and Craig pay our rent?
Craig still owe me money from the last time he got me. He gotta learn a lesson. He shouldn't be stealing. Go ask him to tell that girl from last night to give him some money.
What they say? They said it's slow for real.
I'm about to just ask boss when we get our job that night.
Of course you can.
Yeah!
Every time I come in the press room, you're in the press room. Working on our Stars Hot-Tronic heat press. Using all the vinyl. Making all the picture tees. I like vinyl.
I'm about to just load these boxes up on that shoulder.
Man, you gotta be a crazy little brother to get fired on your day off. What you get caught stealing boxes for?
Man, I didn't get caught stealing no boxes. He said he caught me though.
You get our rent paid.
Why don't you go in there and ask the girls real fast to see if they help us pay our rent?
That don't sound like a bad plan at all.
What's up, Pops? What's up, Smokey?
I'm trying to set up a meeting with the girls, man.
Okay.
Y'all wanna help me and Craig pay our rent?
Craig still owe me money from the last time he got me. He gotta learn a lesson. He shouldn't be stealing. Go ask him to tell that girl from last night to give him some money.
What they say? They said it's slow for real.
I'm about to just ask boss when we get our job that night.
Of course you can.
Yeah!
Every time I come in the press room, you're in the press room. Working on our Stars Hot-Tronic heat press. Using all the vinyl. Making all the picture tees. I like vinyl.
I'm about to just load these boxes up on that shoulder.
Man, you gotta be a crazy little brother to get fired on your day off. What you get caught stealing boxes for?
Man, I didn't get caught stealing no boxes. He said he caught me though.
You get our rent paid.
Why don't you go in there and ask the girls real fast to see if they help us pay our rent?
That don't sound like a bad plan at all.
What's up, Pops? What's up, Smokey?
I'm trying to set up a meeting with the girls, man.
Okay.
Y'all wanna help me and Craig pay our rent?
Craig still owe me money from the last time he got me. He gotta learn a lesson. He shouldn't be stealing. Go ask him to tell that girl from last night to give him some money.
What they say? They said it's slow for real.
I'm about to just ask boss.
That's legendary.
Yeah. Y'all actually won an award, the Boss Mag 2009 Ohio Hip Hop Award. Y'all won for that media outlet thing.
Man, I don't even know.
Like y'all won. He didn't even know he won it.
What'd you say? Who was it?
You won the Boss Magazine 2009 Ohio Hip Hop Award. Congratulations.
That's legendary.
What's good? It's your boy Peanut, aka Dash Resource. I got my man Stacking Smed.
What's going on? Hold on for a second. Let me.
Man, don't you ever show up to the show like that, man.
Man, I've been.
He got
back
me last week.
Damn.
Come on, man.
Let me get myself
What we
together.
doing, man?
I'm back here working, bro. I did a whole bunch of shit today, trying to make sure that this podcast was gonna go right. Excuse me, guys, for saying shit.
Sugar honey iced tea.
Sugar honey iced tea.
Yeah.
That's pretty cool.
Thanks, man.
You guys, welcome to the Legendary People Podcast.
Uh-huh.
I'm your boy Smedro Commando Smed, stacking money every day.
Talk that.
Malak, which means king, and Yahawada,
Oh.
which is another transliteration
Literization.
for Judah.
Hey.
So Smed, the
Smed.
king of Judah.
Hey.
Damn. Smed Malak Yahawada.
What's good? He getting it out today.
I'm in this thing, man. I'm in this thing.
Can't
You
even smell like
guys,
incense, bro. I swear. he ready.
for everybody that's watching, man, we first want to start off by saying thank you. You know why? Because we reached 1,000 subscribers.
Yeah. Hey, Smed, I told you we could do it, Smed. I told you, bro.
Yes,
I told you.
he told me.
I told you.
And bro, we literally reached 1,000 subscribers on YouTube, bro. So look, you guys, but we want to keep it going. Of course, we want to get to 1 million subscribers, right? So if you're watching on Facebook, go to our YouTube channel, which is the Legendary People Podcast, and go and hit that subscribe button, ring the bell notification, right? So you can get alerted to all the videos every time we drop something new, which is damn near every day. All right. You can go back and watch all the other interviews that we had this week and last week and the week before, and got like 50 interviews with different legendary people from the city on there. So,
like who?
Man, Tommy Owens.
Like who?
Marlon Shackelford.
Like who?
Daquan Cook.
Like who?
Mark Baker.
Like who?
Oh, shit. A lot of people. I don't know. My brain ain't working, but we got a lot of people, you guys. So, man, make sure that y'all go. Man, this week, after tonight, tomorrow we got PK Sams, who played with Tom Brady for the New England Patriots, wide receiver. He's going to be on the show. We got P the Problem. He told me his name was never P the Problem. P the Most Hated.
Wait a minute.
Is going to be on the show. And then we got Ready Baby coming on the show. And we got DJ Jelly coming on the show.
Yeah, that's all.
So we got a jam-packed lineup for everybody this week, so make sure that you guys stay with us. Make sure you go to YouTube, like and subscribe, ring the bell notification. Every time we do a show, we start off by saying what's up and saluting our sponsors.
Absolutely.
So first of all, we want to invite everybody to go to Shiekhs for breakfast. They got the best breakfast in the city. My personal favorite is the French toast with the turkey, bacon, scrambled eggs. They put a couple of little strawberries on your plate. Yeah. How you looking real major, make you feeling good. Like it's something different for you, bro. Sheiks for breakfast. They got the best breakfast in the city. For lunch, go to Agnes All Natural Grill, man. Agnes All Natural Grill is not at the Dayton Mall anymore. They are on 3rd and Wayne, right downtown. Wonderful food. You will definitely love it. So go check them out. Ooh, and you guys, if you ever get injured, do like Peanut.
Yes.
Put a neck brace in the back seat of your car.
Right in the back seat where you can grab it with like 2 fingers. You can grab it with 2 fingers.
Strap it on as soon as somebody hits you. Go straight to the hospital and then call attorney Michael Wright at 937-222-7477. Make the right choice. If you ever injured, call attorney Michael Wright. And then when you want to get drunk as a skunk while you smoking on some funk, get you some Kiara Wine, man. Kiara Wine. You can find Kiara Wine from my bro Antoine Cunningham here, bro, on Facebook, man. Kiara Wine, Antoine Cunningham inboxing, and he'll let you know. And then the shoparea.com. The shoparea.com, they like the baby Amazon. You can get anything and everything that you want from the shoparea.com. Basically, what you want to do is you want something, go to the shoparea.com first, right?
Yes.
And then see if they got it, which they will, and then order it. And then the shipping is always free from the store to your door and for the shoparea.com. We at Camera King Studios, also known as T-Shirt Kings and Gold for Your Mouth, the #1 gold teeth designers in the world. Yeah. And I got my brother like none other. His major business is Dash Resources, bro. He teaches you how to buy, invest, and sell stocks, man. Every Sunday, he got a show right here on this channel. Sell Stocks Not Dope. That's Dash Resource. And that's my brother Peanut Johnson. You guys, go like, subscribe, and through the course of this interview, we want to make sure that you guys are commenting because we're going to read your comments throughout the show and especially at the end. All right. So without further ado, my brother from another mother, Peanut Johnson, back to you.
Man, listen. I want to say, Smith, you bodied that intro, bro.
Man,
like, salute to you,
bro.
man.
I stumbled all the way through it.
But listen, man. I know every week I say that we have no legend higher, man. Listen here. When I say this story gonna be so legendary, because she said off camera she could talk about her struggles and stuff like that. Just kidding. Okay, we're talking about Juanita Michelle, okay? We're not talking about just a Darden, okay? Because y'all keep calling Juanita Darden. She go by Juanita Michelle, right? The Perky is barista, okay? The Perky. Big Perk. Big Perk.
Man, coffee queen.
Coffee queen.
Yeah.
How are you doing today?
Yeah.
I'm good.
Welcome.
Good.
How are you?
On this Matriarch Monday, man.
Oh my goodness. Is that what today is?
Yes, it is. So we want to honor you. And so to honor our legends properly, but I feel like I got to set the tone early with this one, right? So you were growing up as the youngest of 12 siblings.
Yeah.
What was that like growing up?
Okay. So I'm really an only child with siblings.
Right.
I know that's hard. Like, it's like, well, what does that mean?
Because there's a gap.
There's a gap. So when your parents have kids when they're close to retirement, and everybody's kind of surprised. So
Right.
I was born, my mom was 39, about to turn 40. My dad was 52. And my sibling next to me was like 13.
Wow.
So my siblings range from 13 to 30. So when I say I'm an only child with siblings, you kind of understand that because I was pretty much in the house by myself after I was like 5 years old.
Wow.
Yeah.
Well, that legendary start off. So
Yeah.
where did you grow up at?
So my mom is in the same house. We grew up on Gunther Road
Gunther.
in Dayton. So people were like, you live in Townview? And I'm like, no.
You live on this
The
side.
line is right here at the end of the yard. But my mom is still in the same house. She's 90.
Oh, wow. God bless you.
And I grew up, we had like 4 acres. So in the back of my house, we had chickens.
What?
Sometimes a goat.
What?
Dog kennel. We had
Hold on, Shell. Where was this at? One more time.
Gunther.
where my mom lived.
I know.
On
Right there.
Gunther Road,
Gunther. Right off of
there.
Hoover.
Right off of Hoover in the city of Dayton.
Yeah.
So
That's lit.
That is lit.
So from one end of the yard to the other, we had a garden. So my parents, we grew almost everything. So we had brown eggs. We had all of our vegetables. We went shopping in the basement where the canned goods were. And so one year, I'm not going to talk about a lot of this, but I got to talk about the year my mother and her sisters went in the backyard like the lynch mob. So I told you we had chickens, right?
Yeah.
So my dad pulls up in the truck, and he has a truck full of red hens. And me and my cousin Jamie, we got new chickens, right? So he scoots all of these chickens out. And then all of a sudden, my mom and her sisters, they walk down the yard, and we're like, they never come out here. But they were looking a little more excited this year. They was kind of coming down like Ice Cube in a lynch mob.
Right.
So all of a sudden, there's a pot in the chicken coop of boiling water. Like my dad puts this fire out, boiling water. And then one of the twins, my mom had twin little sisters, took one of the chickens. She like she took the neck, like they just started picking up chickens. Broke the neck, dipped him in the water, pulled the feathers off, and then one had it was like an assembly line. They were like, it was horrible. Yes. I didn't eat chicken at my mom's house for like 3 years. I made sure that every one of those chickens that I watched slaughter
Oh my
was
God.
cooked, okay?
Yeah.
I only ate chicken from churches
Oh,
because
word.
that chicken was safe.
Yeah, exactly. See, they made fun of me last week because I was sitting in my car eating churches, and they said that they call it churches because you got to pray over it first. And I told Smith, don't say that.
No. I was like, I'm not
like
eating any
churches.
of that.
I love churches.
I'm not eating any of that. So we had everything in our house was fresh. So as a kid, I went down with the chickens because they were my friends first. But in reality, we had fresh meats all the time, like from chicken to beef to goat.
Yeah.
Vegetables always fresh eggs. So we ate the best food all the time.
So I know where you got your money for you going to get your churches now because you got your little hustle about yourself during that time, didn't you?
I did.
You did.
Do you know my story?
Yes, I know your story.
Who knows my story?
So you was an entrepreneur at what age? 9 years old?
8 or 9.
8 or 9.
Yes.
Can you please tell our viewers about it?
So, I had this little cart, and like I said, my mom lives on Gunther, so there's a senior citizens complex over on Gunther, and I would take that cart and I was selling vegetables, little bunches of tomatoes or green beans or peppers, onions. Yeah.
That's amazing. So, I mean, was anybody who put that into you at that age, or just it was a...
No, my dad was into entrepreneurship. So, I I always talk about my dad because, like I said, he was in his 50s when I was born, and I knew him to work 3 jobs.
Wow.
So my dad worked 3rd shift at Dayton Tire and Rubber. He was a cement finisher, so he'd come home, he'd sleep for a little while, and then he would go and do contract work for with other contractors. He did steps, driveways, foundations, all that good stuff, and they also had like a little bootleg joint.
Okay.
So
Yeah.
right at the corner of Hoover and Gettysburg, right behind where Burger King is, like that little daycare center. So there was a space, because once upon a time, it was 4 little units. You may remember when it was a record store.
Yeah.
But one of those units in the front, it was a shoe shining place. And then in the back, it was a little bootleg joint.
Okay, so shoe shine in the front, moonshine in the back.
So just working hard and working around the clock is just kind of built into my DNA. So my dad, I mean, we always had like, and I was telling somebody, I was like, I've been counting money since I was 4 years old. I mean, I just always, because it was always around.
Right.
Because he always worked. So yeah.
Okay, so that's good. That's good. So like,
Kind of in me.
so what elementary school did you go to during this time?
So I started off at Gardendale.
I went to Gardendale.
Did you really?
Wow.
So Gardendale has had a lot of trends.
Hey, yeah.
You know, it has, you know, kind of did all these forms or whatever.
Yeah.
So I started at Gardendale, preschool and kindergarten. Then they closed Gardendale for a while.
That's crazy.
Yeah, they closed it. So Gardendale,
No, the same thing happened to me because I started at Gardendale and I ended up finishing at McNary. Swear to God.
Because they closed it?
Yeah.
Why they keep closing the school?
That is crazy.
didn't like us. We were
Damn.
too good for the school.
There you go.
We
All
were
right.
too good for the school. So,
You got me.
but for me, like,
Tommy Owens said he went to Gardendale too. I
did
think.
he really?
I think so.
That's
he said he was.
crazy.
Well, he did say he grew up in Townview part of the time. I think.
Tommy Owens grew up in Townview?
Yeah.
think so.
TVT.
I think so. We'll
Oh,
have to
that's
go back.
crazy.
Tommy Owens, if I'm wrong, get in the comments and correct me. But I think that he said, yeah, he was around Townview.
Oh, that's something. Wow. You know, Tommy is my dude.
Yeah.
Dude. But, so when I was starting school, that was around the time when, like, segregation was really coming into effect. Well, they was ending it, and they started, like, the forced busing. So I went from going to school around the corner from my house to being bused to Shiloh, which is no longer in existence. So
Right.
Shiloh is, like, right off of Philadelphia, not too far from where we are now. And that's where I spent my first through 5th grade at Shiloh.
So, like, what was that transition like for you as a kid? Like going from right down the street going to school to now being on a bus and having to go to a different place with different students and stuff like that?
So the only real big difference I noticed is that when I was at Gardendale, I went to school with my nephews. So because I have this big gap, when I was born, I had nieces and nephews that were like 10 years old.
Right.
So I went to school with my nephews, Mark and Stefan. And when I went to Shiloh, I was there by myself. So I was used to going on the bus with them, even when we were around the corner. But now I was on a bus driving across town, and it was like, and I'm all by myself.
Right. So during this time, who were some of your early childhood friends, like your day ones?
My nieces and nephews. So I'm born February 12th. I have a nephew who was born on February 15th. And then the following year, I have a niece that's born February 10th. So we did a lot of things together. And then, of course, you always have cousins. So my cousin Sharita was like, she was like my bestie, but also my biggest cheerleader and a great encourager. So she was always encouraging me to believe in myself. And you're great. And I was like, okay. Okay, cousin. But yeah, she was always a great cheerleader for me, like when I was growing up.
Well, that's cool. So, like besides, your hustle that you have going on in school, did you get involved in any sports or extracurricular, like music or art or anything like that?
So, I am a world-class clarinetist.
Oh, really?
Yes, I am.
Okay, so.
Yes, I have skills in playing the clarinet.
Okay.
I also have some skills.
I wish I could have saw before the episode even started.
I've been known to sing to myself. I really believe.
Who's your worst critic? So you can sing, you can play the clarinet.
And she was like, "You can't sing," and I was like, "What do you mean I can't sing? My sons say I can sing."
Right.
She doesn't think they can sing either.
Okay.
But I can really sing.
Well, we may have to hear you sing.
Oh, yeah. We did have a show full of singers.
We
on
did.
here once, and all of them sung.
And figure which, Adam just got accepted to be on The Voice.
Man, shout out to Adam.
Yeah,
Shout out to Adam.
he was sitting in that same seat you're sitting in, by the way.
She over here talking about I can sing. She forgot that we are live and we're gonna be like, sing, Kaylin. Dun, dun. So, but I don't know. I just like to have fun.
Mm-hmm.
But the clarinet, I definitely love. I played it from the time I was in maybe the 5th grade through my senior year in high school. I should have played it in college, but that's a whole nother story. In one of my biggest mistakes.
Legendary mistake.
Yes, legendary mistake, not playing that clarinet in Central State's marching band. But that's a whole nother, that we'll get there.
Yeah. So like you have your friends that are really like family. So really you can with family. But to me, I always remember like, for instance, I have a brother that was born younger than my oldest son. So it's funny. I always make fun of him. Like, one day you got to go to high school and pick your uncle up, and he used to get so mad at me. Was there any type of thing like that with your family of you being an auntie of somebody younger than you?
So I remember one year. So you know how we have like the Disney on Ice, Sesame Street Live. So this one year, my mother thought it was a great idea for my nephews to take me to the Memorial Hall downtown to see the Sesame Street.
Yeah.
And I was so excited to see Sesame Street. Okay. Stefan Hill, Mark Hill,
There you go.
Reggie Robinson,
Call 'em out.
Lee Robinson.
Uh-huh.
Okay. So we get dropped off in front of the Memorial Hall. We go up the steps to get the tickets. And then they were like, Shelly, you really want to go to the show? And I was like, yes. And they were like, we're going to go across the street. And I was like, I want to go to the show. They were like, no, we're going to go across the street. So we went across the street to Patterson, where we stayed for 3 hours, where we were supposed to be in the show. And then they thought they were going to woo me with pizza from, what was it? Flying Pizza.
Flying pizza, yeah.
So
That's a vet move.
Flying pizza.
That's a vet
and
move.
we walking around the Patterson High School, and they're like, this is my aunt. And the girls was like, that's not your aunt. Is that your aunt? And I was like, I'm supposed to be at Sesame Street.
Hold on, wait a minute. Why was you guys at Patterson though?
Because Stefan was a student at Patterson. Like,
Okay.
Stefan was in high school, and I'm like 6 years old. It's like, I just want to go to see Sesame Street, okay? And they're like, let's go across the street. They probably had like $120 that my mom had gave them. Like, let's go. We're taking the baby to see Sesame Street.
Yeah.
Never got to see Sesame Street.
Damn.
It's one of those things. That was my trauma.
Wow, okay.
I had told you I had a rough childhood.
Listen, that brought me to tears. Matter of fact, we may need some of that tissue for a second.
Pull out the tissue.
Are there any childhood influences that you can see that benefited you later on in life?
Oh my goodness. So I had my niece Robin, I turned 50 this year, and my niece Robin turned 60 this year. She was my style icon. Like, she's got the best style, hands down. And then I had a cousin, Angela Maddox. She was stylish, and she was she was just a bomb. So Angela she's a big girl, but she was good in her big girl-ism, right? So her makeup was always flawless. Her hair was always on point. Dress always to kill. So between both of them, I adopted my own personal style. Yeah. So
it looked good on you, by the way. Just put out there in the
So, but yeah,
Respect.
they were very influential, and they both were about 10 years older than me, and because I was always with teenagers.
Right.
Yeah, I spent most of my time with teenagers or something close. So I've always thought I was just so grown.
So did those interactions kind of force you into things faster than you would want to naturally graduate into it?
Yes.
It seems like you got a story right there that maybe you want to.
No.
So,
But yes.
yes.
And that's probably why I play so much now as an adult. Because I was so, I was trying to be a part of them and what they were doing. They're teenagers, so I was trying to do teenage stuff as a child. And then when they were young adults, I'm trying to still do what they do. So I was always chasing after them. And don't get me wrong, I had a wonderful childhood.
Right.
I played with all the toys. I was still playing with Barbie dolls. I was probably 12, 13 years old, still loving my Barbie dolls.
Right.
But just that double consciousness. So I was a kid, but at the same time, always looking and being with someone who was just like adults. They were always with me.
Right.
Yeah.
So like you transitioned from middle school into high school, which is Dunbar, of course, right? So what was that transition like from middle school to high school for you?
So I am so sorry. The weather is changing. I'm sorry.
It happens.
I'm not COVID-ish. So I started off at, like I said, Shiloh. Most of the folks that went to Shiloh end up going to Meadowdale. I think they went from Fairview to Meadowdale. And then because we lived on that certain side of town and Dayton Public Schools had changed again, we went to Wright as a middle school and then to Dunbar. So going to Wright was different because we went out there. It was poor white people.
Okay.
So the people that we went to school with at Shiloh, some of the Ohio players and their children were at Shiloh, so it was, the families did better. So then we went to Wright, and the families were not as well off. So it was different, social economically different. And then when we went to Dunbar, of course, then that was a whole new level because Dunbar, what fed into Dunbar, you had Hilltop feeding into Dunbar, Gangster Courts, Hilltop, Bella Vista, which was, middle class families in Bella Vista also. But it was different. So social economically, it was just a transition. So we went from just straight up middle class at Shiloh to experiencing what poverty looks like in school. So as an adult, I can articulate it, but as a child, it was like, wow, these people are having fun, in this or in their lack.
Right.
So it's just different being able to see it again, like I said, thinking of it as a child and understanding it as an adult.
Right. Yeah. So around this time, that's what, the late 80s going into the 90s possibly?
So I graduated from high school in 89.
Okay.
So I got to Dunbar and I wasn't a big, I was never into athletics. I was a cheerleader and I was on the drill team, but every year I was a part of the band in some way. So my first year I was in marching band and I was a cheerleader. The second year I was in I was in drill team and in concert band. So I was always a part of the band.
So basically, like during the time, you're always active in things from one thing to the next, one thing to the next.
Mm-hmm.
How's your home life like during high school?
Oh, it was cool. So my dad lived to be 85. My parents, I never knew my parents not to be together. Mm-hmm. My mom was, she did work outside the house, but we had Sunday dinner every night. Mm-hmm. It was imperative. That time had his fresh cornbread every night. He didn't play that. So we had dinner every night.
At the table?
And I was about to say, I'm not going to say we ate together every night,
but the portions was...
But it was always there, and we ate around the same time, but we were like a TV watching family. So we would sit and eat dinner watching TV in the living room.
Right.
And it was just me, my mom, and my dad. So we would just sit around and watch Wheel of Fortune and Entertainment Tonight and the news and MASH or whatever my daddy was watching. But that was our thing, like, every day. So, and then my mom, so my mom can't talk right now, so she can't defend herself.
Yeah.
But my mom is a hustler too, so my mom used to write numbers, and you probably don't know what that means because
like run numbers?
Yeah, she's a number runner.
I know about number.
So when she didn't get home on time, guess who was running the numbers?
You.
The number one barista.
You're Perky
The
barista.
Perky barista. Oh, what we got? Hey!
Let's take a break real quick.
We got some wine.
Yes,
Guys,
we do.
man,
Did you
why
bring
on
cheese?
special delivery?
Wine
And
right
Do you
on
have
time.
We've been talking about this our whole
No
life, man. Come here, bro.
Oh, look who I got here. Hey! Friend of the show.
I'm gonna drink
No,
a
they
whole
would
bottle
call
of
the
this to
numbers
myself
in, and I
right
would write them
now,
down
bro.
neatly. She was like,
wait.
they'll do the numbers
see what
better
we
than
got.
me.
You know about Ruts,
Bottles on deck,
and all that over
and
there?
we got
Their father was
Michelle,
a big
Coffee
numbers
Queen,
runner.
wine.
I know that person is my grandmother.
in the house. You feel me? You guys just seen a real connect just happen
like
right here. You feel me?
What kind of wine we
Here we
got?
go.
Whatever one you
Hey, you
like.
guys, we'll be right back. We'll
got
be
all
right
sweet.
back.
Every time I come in the press room, you in the press room. Working on our Stars hot tronic heat press. Using all the vinyl. Making all the picture tees. I like vinyl.
I'm about to just load these boxes up on out your way.
Man, you gotta be a crazy little brother to get fired on your day off. What you get caught stealing boxes for?
Man, I didn't get caught stealing no boxes. He said he caught me though.
You get our rent paid.
Why don't you go in there and ask the girls real fast to see if they help us pay our rent?
Don't sound like a bad plan at all.
What's up, Pops? What's up, Smokey? I'm trying to set up a meeting with the girls, man.
Okay.
Y'all wanna help me and Craig pay our rent?
Craig still owe me money from the last time he got me. He gotta learn a lesson. He shouldn't be stealing. Go ask him to tell that girl from last night to give him some money.
What they said? They said it's slow for real.
I'm about to just ask boss when we get our job that night.
Of course you can. Yeah! Every time I come in the press room, you in the press room. Working on our Stars hot tronic heat press. Using all the vinyl. Making all the picture tees. I like vinyl.
I'm about to just load these boxes up on out your way.
Man, you gotta be a crazy little brother to get fired on your day off. What you get caught stealing boxes for?
Man, I didn't get caught stealing no boxes. He said he caught me though.
You get our rent paid.
Why don't you go in there and ask the girls real fast to see if they help us pay our rent?
Don't sound like a bad plan at all.
What's up, Pops? What's up, Smokey? I'm trying to set up a meeting with the girls, man.
Okay.
Y'all wanna help me and Craig pay our rent?
Craig still owe me money from the last time he got me. He gotta learn a lesson. He shouldn't be stealing. Go ask him to tell that girl from last night to give him some money.
What they said? They said it's slow for real.
I'm about to just ask boss when we get our job that night.
Of course you can. Yeah!
T-shirtgames247.com. I'm off the chain. I'm on the corner of Main and Nottingham. And today, yes, I just put up this ginormous ass sign. Man, we towering over here, man. We doing anything we want. T-shirts, same day service, photo t-shirts, screen printing, vinyl lettering, shirts for your business, organization, group, family, reunion, whatever you need. T-shirtking247.com. We are on the corner of Main and Nottingham, 4301 North Main. And even if you can't see my address, you can still see this big ass sign. Yeah. 937-603-4494.
Who's
All right,
that
y'all.
dancing?
We
Oh, my
back.
bad.
We just got everything back. Rolling. You guys, we want to remind everybody to go to our YouTube page. That's the Legendary People's Podcast on YouTube, and like and subscribe, ring the bell notification so you can get alerted every time we drop a new video. And you can go back and watch all of our other videos. Tomorrow coming up on the Legendary People Podcast, we got PK Sams, who is a wide receiver for the New England Patriots. He played with Tom Brady, the GOAT Tom Brady. So he's going to be giving us some insight on how Bill Belichick worked, how Tom Brady worked, and how the whole Patriot way is actually ran. That's right here on the Legendary Podcast tomorrow at 6 p.m., I believe. And then Wednesday, we got DJ Jelly and P the Problem. Or his name is not P the Problem. He told me today his name is P. That's not even his name. His name is P the Most Hated. And then his name was also, Problem the Most Hated. And also P, it was P something. But it wasn't P the Problem. So
we learned that P for positivity.
He said he's going to address that basically, and he's going to address the fact that I even put his name wrong on the flyer.
Wow.
So it's going to be,
He's addressing
coming up.
Things. Serious.
Well, P guy, he feel like people disrespect him all the time.
Do.
And he's damn well right if I misspelled his name. So he's going to get this shit together.
Man, you know they call me Dad's Resources and I let it go. Ain't no S on the end of it.
Listen, sometimes I might, man. People call me Smiley and shit like that, man. My name's Smed, but they think my name's Smiley.
I thought your nickname was Smiley.
See, this is bullshit. I feel just like P. I hate when people call me Smiley and shit, but you know what? People say that shit. So now I kind of put it out there. Now
I'm not getting on the skin now.
Stay forward. If somebody comes up to me and says Smiley, I think you're being funny.
Yeah.
We're gonna get into it. All right. Goodness. So, what was he talking about?
The reading, man.
Oh yeah. P coming up Wednesday. DJ Jelly, the world famous DJ Jelly from the Southern Style DJs, is gonna be here Wednesday night at 8 p.m. man. And then on Thursday we got Ready Baby, man. We've been goddamn it going back and forth with Ready Baby trying to get him on the show.
He's been the most scheduled guest we've ever had.
Facts.
He's been scheduled 3 times.
All day. Between him, Peerless Price, and Greg Uloho, boy, we done missed these brothers like 3-4 times.
They fight for the championship.
But you know what? Those are some great bros,
Absolutely.
man. And I definitely want them on the show, so I'm going to keep trying until we get them on here. But Ready Baby going to be here Thursday.
Absolutely.
And we're going to get it popping. You guys, we want everybody to go to Shiekhs for breakfast. Got the best breakfast in the city. Go to Agnes All Natural Grill for lunch. Got the best lunch in the city.
Yeah.
And if you ever get injured, call attorney Michael Wright at 937-222-7477. When it's time to unwind, get you a little bit of this Kiara Wine.
Yeah.
You can find Kiara Wine by contacting Antoine Cunningham on Facebook. Get in his inbox, and he going to let you know where to go. He might even pull down on you and give it to you. I don't know. Call him. Get with him. Inbox him. And then, last but not least, it's theshoparea.com. From the store to your door in 4, delivery in 4 days. Theshoparea.com is like baby Amazon, man. Theshoparea.com. 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 If you want something, go to theshoparea.com.
Where?
Theshoparea.com. They're online. Just go there and see if they got what you want.
Wait a minute, stop.
Talk to me.
Theshoparea.com.
Okay, thanks.
Please.
All day.
I was thinking that I'm going to go to theshoparea.com.
Hey, if you
to
thinking
get
like I'm about to
everything
go to
I want.
Amazon and get something, stop, pause. We going to theshoparea.com first, see if they got it, and they probably do, and then you're going to be lit. So theshoparea.com is definitely where you want to go. Absolutely. We are at T-Shirt Kings, the #1 custom t-shirt store in the world. You can shop online or come through the shop, 4301 North Main Street. Gold for your mouth, the #1 gold teeth designers in the world, and we're inside Camera King Studios, where we do family photo shoots and any type of photo shoot that you want.
Yeah.
Hey, Dash Resource with no S is also in the building. He teaches you ways to get that bag, man. By selling stocks, buying stocks, trading, and what type of investments you should be making with that little cheddar that you got.
Absolutely.
So check out my bro Dash Resource. And that is my brother from another mother, man, Peanut Johnson. He was born on my mom's birthday.
I was.
Wow.
Yeah.
Man, we connected and well respected, man. And without further ado, Peanut Johnson, back to you.
Bro, he bodies those, don't he, man?
Yeah, man.
But who else bodied it, man? My dude Big came through with the big bottles, man. So
pull up, pop out, show us what life's
pop
about.
out. So we got the Kiara Wine in here, so we got the full spread. We got the Pleasure Peach, which is my favorite kind.
Oh, yeah.
So you about to try my favorite kind, which is Pleasure Peach.
Are we toasting?
Yeah.
With the Legendary People podcast?
Yeah.
Glasses?
What's up?
Cling.
Bang, bang. Wow. Damn.
Ooh, how'd that feel?
Yeah, she on some real
How'd
wine
that feel?
texture.
So, I got the peach. It's nice and smooth.
Okay.
Pretty good. Pretty good. I like it.
Yeah.
I like it. Next time, bring me a little cheesecake.
There we go.
Pair it up.
Damn,
Classy.
that was a
Classy.
real taste
No,
test.
I'm telling you
That was
guys.
a real
Yeah,
live
When you
taste
have
test.
a sweet wine, like cheesecake, like, ooh.
Good.
Wow.
Yes, it will be like a party in your mouth. It's gonna change everything.
Hey, yo.
Hey,
I
Peanut. Hey, Peanut.
I throw parties.
This is a family show. This is a family show.
I throw parties in mouths. I throw parties in mouths. Go for your mouth. So for real, you know what? You guys, y'all, both of y'all too. Y'all's minds was in the gutter, bro.
I was
I
talking
knew what was
about
going on.
I said gold teeth. I got it.
After you thought I was talking about I
dessert
threw.
wines and a wonderful dessert, pairing it together, giving you a new experience.
I
A
throw.
delectable experience, culinary type experience, family friendly.
and
We
I
can do
throw-
this at the Cheesecake Factory in
I
front of
throw
a lot of people.
parties in mouths all the time. I put gold in mouths.
You just made that sound so awful. Like,
I throw parties in mouths. Man, you gotta get a t-shirt, man. That's a bar. That's a bar of all bars, man. Lord. Oh my God.
I can't with these people.
So let me control it. This is gonna be
Turned into Howard
My
Stern.
daughter is here for crying out loud.
Yeah.
Gold for your mouth.
Go for your mouth. Have a go
Nixie
for your mouth.
Pooh, we talking gold for your mouth, okay? I do gold too. Nothing
So-
more, nothing less.
So,
Yes.
how did you do academically during your high school years?
Good question. So my algebra class, me and my algebra teacher, we had problems because she wanted me to do homework, and I was like, but I got 110% on my test.
Right.
So I'm still waiting. Why am I practicing?
Right.
Because you haven't given me a test that was challenging.
Right.
Is homework just practice?
No, like my test, I was getting like the test and the extra credit.
No doubt.
Yes.
But I'm asking, is homework simply practice for the test?
Homework is absolutely practice for the test. Absolutely. Especially in mathematics. So, you do the problems and they give you a set of problems. You practice all week for the test. And I just didn't understand. So I got a C all semester. Like all year she gave me C's.
Because you weren't
she
doing
would
homework.
not give me an A because I wouldn't do the homework. But I was like, but I'm not going to do the homework because I keep getting your test right.
Right. So
A revolutionary.
yes.
You know what? But that's
Freedom
horrible.
fighter.
That's horrible. My mother should have beat me. So my parents,
You number 12. She like, nah, you good.
they didn't care. They didn't care. So that's the kind of stuff I would get away with in school.
Right.
I should have been an honors student, but I was like, I'm not doing that.
Right.
I was in honors English, and I said, Mom, I need you to go up to the school and take me out of that class because that work is hard. And she's like, okay.
But
Wait,
Shell,
is she really gonna do it?
I mean, she absolutely did it. I
What?
Well, let me ask you this though.
I was like, Mom, this class is too hard. I can't do it. She didn't say work harder. She was like, okay. She was like, this last baby. Because at this
Your
time.
mom hit the easy button.
At this time, my mother's like 53. She's like, I've been raising kids since I was 20.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Okay with you. Whatever the baby wants, just keep her quiet.
But was school so easy for you that you didn't have to practice? Because if math, especially something like math, I think you get good from it, just being able to remember formulas and figure out how these things are done. So how was you able to just remember all of that stuff without really practicing and doing a bunch of problems over and over?
So I played school with my dad. So my dad, like like I said, I've been counting money since I was 3 or 4 years old. Like my dad would have a drawer. He would pull it out and dump it. So we had to separate all the change and then count the change and to put the change in rolls and then put it in rolls of pennies. So that really teaches your kids multiplication.
Wow.
Because you're just doing, it's that repetition, but it's multiplication, right? So then when we weren't doing that, then he was like, and then as I got older, I was like, he was just really keeping me quiet because I was the kid that I was doing his hair and stuff like that. He's like, let me find something for her to do. So then I would write my times tables. So I would write them out. So when we got to that in school, I was already fluent with my multiplication tables.
Wow.
And then sidebar, because I am a math. I did grow up to be a math teacher, but one of the things that I used to find my students struggling with is the fact that they didn't know their facts. So if I'm trying to teach you a concept, I'm trying to teach you how to do something, and I say something like 7 times 8, and you stuck there, you don't get any of the concepts because you stuck on trying to figure out what's 7 times 8. You know what I'm saying? So you stuck there, and I'm trying to teach you a concept. I'm trying to teach you something, and you don't have those facts together.
Like what, Shell? What you mean?
Like basic facts. Like when we say who's the first president of the United States, it's George Washington. Like 7 times 8 is 56.
Right.
They're facts. Like we have to do better as parents, making sure our kids just know those facts. Calculators, throw them in the trash.
So you're talking about they need to understand the fact of this number times this number is this answer.
And they'll never change. Yeah.
And
period.
Right. So they need to know multiplication as the fact that it is before we can even go anywhere else.
That's all.
Yeah.
Right. No doubt.
Yeah. And because so now we're giving kids calculators like 3rd and 4th grade before they get those facts down pat.
Right.
So now the kids aren't memorizing. Like for me, we got a calculator. If you were in an honors math class, and I've already told you I wasn't in an honors math class because I wasn't going to do the work.
Yeah.
That's lazy. I fixed that my first year of college, but just being a lazy student and just having it, understanding it, and taking it for granted, right?
And was you doing multiplication as recreation?
Yeah. Cause see,
That's
that's
dope.
because that's what. So for my dad, he gave me what. So my father didn't have an education. If my dad was alive today, he'd be 102 years old. So he didn't ever have like a formal education. Right. So he gave us what he didn't have. So we would have to, he made us sit and write. So all of my sisters and brothers, we all have great penmanship. And then we had to know our multiplication table. So you wrote them out and then you had to say them and things like that. Those are things that he did. And even like with flashcards. So like I give that to my dad because that's what we did in the evening. Yeah. So we played with numbers and counted money.
Which to me, like that does sound like what you said about having like a great childhood because you spoke, you know what I'm saying? Because you definitely spoke about having dinner every night. You saying that the recreation that you guys are doing together, which is also helping in the bonding experience, is you learning while you're doing it. Yeah. Maybe the disconnect when you go to school, you don't feel like you're a part of a family.
And you're probably right about that. Because, I mean, the time that I spent with my dad picked me up from the bus, and then I would go with him to his job. So I seen my dad, like, on his jobs when he was making foundations or building steps or doing driveways. And I remember as a young girl, I'm like, I want to do this. And he was like, that's not work for women. That's not girls' work. If he had be the cement gang, I would be a multi-million-dollar business today. Like just being a minority women in concrete.
Mm-hmm. Brethren.
I mean,
that free game for all the little girls listening.
oh my God. So honestly, like the work, is it hard? It's absolutely hard. But if he had allowed me to learn the business, not even so much learning how to actually physically do the concrete, but being able to see the value in me learning the business of the concrete,
Yeah.
then that would have been a changer for us. Because my brothers weren't interested. I mean, they knew how to do it physically, but they were like,
I'll do this here.
yeah, I mean, but it's like my kids and coffee. You know what I'm saying? It's what I do, and they got like they could come in if I needed them to, but that's not their thing. It's my dream. So it's not anything that they're just immersing themselves in. So they don't learn the business.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So yeah, I respect that second generation business, like a Janelle Ross who's taking over her dad's business. You know, that second generation. That's how we build our wealth.
Right.
Yeah.
Definitely should be on that.
Yes.
Yeah.
Definitely should be trying to figure out which your parents can give to you, because it takes away a lot of the finding out. Yeah, you know, and then if it's something that you like to do, you know.
Heck yeah. I mean, when we were up in Summit Square, my dad was still working. So he was still, I remember him working on some of those houses on Hoover, and me walking Keenan and Kendall over to see Granddaddy working on this patio.
Yeah.
Yeah, so, and at that time, he was coming out of it. Like, people would call him, like, you know, I need you to do this and that. And they would be smaller jobs at that point. But, you know, yeah.
So, when did college become a thought pattern of yours during your senior year or junior year?
So I recognized my junior year that I hadn't did what I needed to do in order to get any college scholarships. I hadn't really, my GPA wasn't what I needed to be. And it wasn't like my parents had money set aside for me to go to school. You know, we did well, but that wasn't really a part of their focus. We live in a GM town. So you graduate from school, you go to work for GM, you got a great living, right? So I knew I wanted to go to college. So I enlisted in the Army Reserve my junior year of high school. So between my junior year and my senior year, I went to basic training.
What was it like going from being a free-spirited young child at your mom's house, well, you know what I'm saying, like your mom and dad's house, to where, you know, now somebody bearing down on you, telling you what you gonna do. You gonna learn this multiplication. I'm just kidding.
So not only that, I've already told you I'm not an athlete.
Right.
So that means I don't know how to do a push-up. Like, I don't run. And here I am in basic training, for real basic training, with an M16 rifle that will blow people up, throwing hand grenades. And
You throwing hand grenades?
yes.
Now, did you do it all gangster, like look that like this, or
Nah.
you just
Boy, do you know what a grenade will do to this room? When they explain to you what a grenade will do to a room, there's nothing gangster about it.
You see him, man.
Wait a minute, he's like,
First of all, I want to get him canceled. I want to get him canceled too.
What was he canceled for?
Because, man, you said you was throwing a grenade because she a woman.
No, I ain't about being a woman. I told because of her bubbly, funny personality. Look at you wrong.
but but here's the thing. So
He tried.
we had this show.
Cancel.
We had this show when I was a kid. It was
Cancel
called
Peanuts.
Private Benjamin. And Private Benjamin,
yeah.
she was like this rich chick who went to the army and everything was wrong for her.
Yeah.
So I was like, I'm thinking to myself, I'm really the black Private Benjamin because I don't know how to mop the floor. They'd be like, mop the floor. And I'd be like,
Yeah.
I really don't know how to mop the floor.
Right.
Like,
That's why she gonna throw a grenade, man.
Point, give him back.
oh my God. So it was crazy.
Yes.
But at the same time, it was like, It was the best thing that had ever happened to me in my whole entire life.
Give it to us. Why?
So, me being a free spirit,
Yes.
when I got to the Army, it taught me discipline. So I'm 17 years old and literally had zero discipline because everything I wanted to do, it was okay. Like nobody said no to the baby. And my daddy let my brothers and sisters try to correct the baby. They would get the business. He did not play that. Wow. He's like, whatever she wants. I'd be like, Daddy, I need Pampers for my baby. My daddy would go buy a box of Pampers for my doll. Like, it was ridiculous. Like, when I look back, I was like, because my mother would just be like, he's a damn fool. He's a damn fool. And I was like, oh, why is she so mean to my daddy? Right. He's so nice to me. But, so I get to basic training, and then all of a sudden, I have to fold my clothes, and they have to be in these neat little rows, and I have to, my closet has to be dressed, and everything that I do has to be like on point, and I'm marching and I'm obeying and I'm doing what everybody else do, where I had, I'm looking at magazines, I'm ordering stuff in the 10th grade, and I'm getting my clothes on, well, it wasn't online, but I'm ordering stuff out of catalogs, and here I am. I'm dressed like everybody else, and I got to keep it together. And there's no getting your hair done in basic training. It's just like it's.
So let's
crazy.
Get some detail. So you show up for basic training.
Oh my God! I show up for basic
your
training.
Your first day. What happens?
So my first day, this is nuts. So they get out, and the drill sergeants are like monsters. This chick was so scared. She jumps off the bus, and you jump off the bus with your suitcases.
Where are you coming from?
So it's it's like a covert operation. Like, they put you on this bus. The bus is tinted. Yeah. I mean, the buses are tinted. Mm-hmm. They drive you to like the reception center, and the reception center is really nice and it's welcoming. They give you all this cool food, and it seems like everything is going to be okay. Yeah. And then they pick you up to take you to like where you're going to be, like your barracks. Mm-hmm. And all of a sudden, you're taking this ride, and then the drill sergeants all of a sudden start talking to you hella crazy.
We got you.
Like, we got you, and you ain't, and forget all that happy stuff you did on the Welcome Center. And I was thinking to myself,
like the movie Full Metal Jacket. Have you seen that before?
Yes.
So, do you really line up in a line, and then the sergeant goes through every? Are you a private cadet? What are you when you first
you're private, and so when I say you have so many humiliating moments, like it's ridiculous. It doesn't feel good. So we jump off the bus. This chick, I will never forget this as long as I live. She jumps off the bus and she gets to run, and she falls flat on her face, bust her tooth out of her mouth, like, because she was so nervous. She's trying to get it, and I was thinking
they yelling at her like, hurry up.
She just falls straight on her face, and I was thinking to myself, I ain't busting my teeth. Right. Cause see,
yeah.
One thing about us in our team, look, you don't have to dream about teeth coming out, you wake up scared. That's one thing about us. We care about those fronts. I don't care.
So we're in there, and then you had to go to this room where they were just kind of giving you like a pre-assessment and just making sure you could do so many push-ups. I could do 0 push-ups. And in the real world of basic training, they would have made me go through this whole 6-week program where you had to get physically fit, but because I was in high school, they couldn't hold me back.
Oh yeah,
they couldn't hold me back.
It's kind of an episode of like Scared Straight, like,
oh my God.
So wait a minute, you're doing this while in high school?
I was in high school, like, no, for real basic training. Wow. So I did this between my junior year and my senior year. Because of that, and I only had those 8 weeks, they couldn't make me go through that remedial training. So I had to go straight into basic training and just work extra hard to get those push-ups. Because then I knew that if I don't get this right, they're going to keep me here forever. ever.
Right.
Yeah.
I got to push it because I was like, I am going home. I hate this place.
Yeah.
Like, what in the hell was I thinking about? Like, because I did it because I'm thinking this is a great way for me to pay for college.
Right.
And here I am. These people are talking to me crazy. I'm living with people. Like, it was like all kind of people. My roommate is having an affair with this chick down the hall. I mean, it was just like
Female.
Yes, I'm 17 years old. You know what I'm saying? So it was really like being launched into the real world.
Is this co-ed basic training or this?
No, this was before they were doing co-ed.
Okay.
Yeah, so, but it was wild. It was wild. It was a lot for a 17-year-old, but the skills that I brought home from basic training, like, and I don't know if you ever looked at my cabinets. Me and June were neighbors.
Yeah.
Okay. But my cabinets looked like a grocery store. Everything was like my cans. My friends always talked about my kitchen cabinets because everything would be so lined up and straight. So those are things I did, like making a bed. My bed would be so tight because that was something that we did in the Army. Like making a bed was a big deal. Yeah. And I just like my bed making skills is like nice
Now,
So-
right now still?
yes.
Man. Well, you know about the theory of the made bed.
Yeah.
Oh, tell me about it.
Well, when you make your bed before you leave your house, it makes you feel better. You starting off as
Absolutely.
this neatness, and it's kind of like setting the tone for an organized day.
It's like
Absolutely.
it's like achieving the first goal of the day is I'm going to achieve this goal. I achieve that goal. I can achieve anything.
And it's so welcoming when you go back home.
That's the point.
Like the whole
point.
fact that you go into the house.
Yeah. When you come home to a freshly neat bed,
Yes.
it's very good. It's good for your soul.
Absolutely.
For sure.
Absolutely.
Yep.
So that was one, and I carried that forever. Like I just like the way when your bed is fresh, it's just
nice.
Yeah.
Good stuff.
Again, the military taught me so much, and it taught me order. It taught me that I did have boundaries, that that you really can't do everything that you want to. And it taught me to respect authority because I was so free as a kid that I just didn't respect authority figures. You know what I'm saying?
Telling your teacher you refuse to do homework.
I mean, but who does that? Like my kids could never come home and say, "I refuse to do my homework." I'd be like, "Who the hell are you?"
Yeah.
Like who the hell are you?
Right.
And why do you not? Did you get your degree already, kid? Like,
Yeah.
Like who the hell do you think you are? She never did that. She never even called my parents. And I think she didn't call them because it's like, well, she's getting 100% on her test.
Right.
But she was petty enough to not give me an A. So on this hand, you know.
I mean, well, it averaged out. You know, it had, yes, it averaged out.
That's legendary.
Hey, but
Some boys write themselves.
man, testing is important. Homework is equal. You do one but not the other, you fall somewhere in the middle, which is a C.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely. So when I got to Central State, and when I got to Central State, I wanted to do things differently. So that first semester at Central State, I had all A's. I was like, I'm balling. I'm going to college. I'm a little ball. I'm like, I'm not gonna be mediocre. None of this stuff. But then, at the end of the semester, I was also pregnant, so it didn't work out like
So that freedom there also had is
because we're a little bit too free. Like
So ask you, how far do you think you would have benefited from having that authority in your life earlier than having it that position?
So I like to think that all things work towards the good.
Absolutely.
So because I had that freedom, it gave me a fearlessness. So a lot of stuff I just wasn't afraid to do because there was always some type of protection around me. So I would do all of these things, but I was always protected. So it made me not afraid to fall because I knew the ground wasn't that hard or I was going to land on something. and my dad was always there to catch me. Like my father passed away in 2004, and when he passed away, I was like, oh snap! It's like I have to be an adult. I had never worked a job over 2 years before my dad passed away. Cause I was like, I would go into a job, things weren't working well. I'd be like, I quit.
Yeah.
My dad's got me.
Let's take a quick break real quick. Let's check out these microphones and then we'll be right back, you guys. Yeah. Look, I just made all these shirts for Michael Wright. TL show. What we got, bro?
Hey man, what's up?
Yo, what you got, bro?
Man, we got we got these shirts, man. Look at the greenness.
Hold on, pull one out, bro. Pull one out.
Quality shirts.
Yeah.
Not just
let me see the back.
Quality shirt. What's happening? What's up, guys? Yeah, we doing it right here at the T-shirt, man.
Yeah,
y'all didn't know, come and get some of this T-shirt. It's my brother, y'all.
Yeah, man. Look, I just made all these shirts for Michael Wright. TL show.
My nephew right here, Big Daddy, too.
What we got, bro?
Hey, man, what's up?
Yo, what you got, bro?
Man, we got these shirts, man. Look at the greenness.
Hold on, pull one out, bro. Pull one out.
Quality shirts.
Yeah.
Not just
let me see the back.
Quality shirt. What's happening? What's up, guys? Yeah, we doing it right here at the T-shirt, man.
Yeah,
y'all didn't know, come and get some of this T-shirt. It's my brother, y'all.
Yeah, man. Look, I just made all these shirts for Michael Wright. TL show.
My nephew right here, Big Daddy, too.
What we got, bro?
Hey, man, what's up?
Yo, what you got, bro?
Man, we got these shirts, man. Look at the greenness.
Hold on, pull one out, bro. Pull one out.
Quality shirts.
Yeah.
Not just
let me see the back.
Quality shirt. What's happening? What's up, guys? Yeah, we doing it right here at the T-shirt, man.
Yeah,
y'all didn't know, come and get some of this T-shirt. It's my brother, y'all.
Yeah, man. Look, I just made all these shirts for Michael Wright. TL show.
My nephew right here, Big Daddy, too.
What we got, bro?
Hey, man, what's up?
Yo, what you got, bro?
Man, we got these shirts, man. Look at the greenness.
Hold on, pull one out, bro. Pull one out.
Quality shirts.
Yeah.
Not just
let me see the back.
Quality shirt. What's happening? What's up, guys? Yeah, we doing it right here at the T-shirt, man.
Yeah,
y'all didn't know, come and get some of this T-shirt. It's my brother, y'all.
Yeah, man. Look, I just made all these shirts for Michael Wright. TL show.
My nephew right here, Big Daddy, too.
What we got, bro?
Hey, man, what's up?
Yo, what you got, bro?
Man, we got these shirts, man. Look at the greenness.
Hold on, pull one out, bro. Pull one out. All right, y'all, we back, man, like we never left. You guys, Legendary People Podcast, make sure you go to our YouTube channel. Like, subscribe, ring the bell notification. We just went over 1,000 subscribers, so we're really happy about that. We want to keep the momentum going in the right direction. So you subscribe to our channel. Man, I looked at the analytics on our channel, you guys. It's like half of the people that watch our shows, they haven't subscribed yet. So, man, make sure that you subscribe. You know, it's free. You'll get notified every time. I do the same thing, you know, watch something, not necessarily subscribing, but subscribe to ours because we lit.
I subscribe to everybody I watch, man. I'm not like you, man. Like, I actually have to dignify.
I do like the videos and I comment, but if it's something that that ain't really on my path, really, I might just run across a video. I might not subscribe, but for us, subscribe. Do like Peanuts. Subscribe to
all of. I mean, like, why people so cool? You just subscribe to it. If you don't watch it that day, you just don't. Just scroll by it.
Sometimes, man, I might run across a video that I don't know if I want to see all the stuff that they put out there. You know, I don't. But he's right. Subscribe, okay, you guys. Subscribe. Why
you so weird about your YouTube? No one can see him, man.
Nobody can see these weird subscriptions. You
God. You subscribe to anything.
I do. I do. I probably got some weird stuff.
All your Halloween
I don't
videos
want
and
to
shit.
know.
All right, you guys. Go to Shiekhs for breakfast. They got the best breakfast in the city, man. Go to Agnes All Natural Grill for lunch. If you ever get injured, call attorney Michael Wright. If you want to get drunk, drink some Kiara Wine. And go to the shoparea.com if you want to buy anything. Check with them.
Shoparea.com.
The shoparea.com. I just seen Derek Shepard just check in and say, what's good, Big Shep, man.
Hey,
I see Cincinnati out there balling, man. Lil Shep, man. Shout out to the Alter Knights, man. It's featuring Lil Shep, man. They just made it to the next round of the playoffs, man. So
awesome.
Good luck to everybody still out there playing, including came to play Dre up there for Piqua. Still playing in the playoffs, man. So everybody, good luck to everybody this upcoming high school basketball season. I know that this season
My
is
son
gonna
made
be
the varsity
super lit.
team.
Man,
At
shout out to Jay Cutler.
Jay
man.
Cutler.
Nephew made the varsity team,
Yeah.
so that's really good. Shout out to my nephew Q Money, Quentin Bryant, man, who made the freshman team of his freshman. That's my brother's son Q. He made the freshman team. So that's outstanding. He's a shooter. He shoots the three, just like me.
Oh, here you go.
Okay, so you guys, man, we at tshirtkings.com. We're at T-Shirt Kings, tshirtkings247.com. Go for your mouth. Man, shout out to Third Perk, man. That's in the building,
my
bro.
goodness.
Man, Perk for
Can
life.
I
man.
get
Perk for
Let me
life.
tell you about me and Third Perk, you guys. You see this? It's two fingers twisted around one another, man.
Come on,
Me
Junebug.
and her, we like this. She don't call me these
We
names
are
y'all
just
know each
like
other.
that.
She don't call me the names you don't even know me by.
That's
How
right.
you know, bro.
That's right.
She said, I live next door to June. Peanut said,
June Smiley?
and she said, who? Peanut said, who?
I said June Smiley?
And Shell said, get on our level.
Yes.
Get on our level, bro.
I remember the very
Here we go.
first time
Legendary handshake.
I ever
Here we go.
met June.
Legendary handshake. Let's do it.
Let me tell y'all, I fell instantly in love. I'm in my bedroom in Summit Square, right?
It's a family show.
Listen. It's like summertime, right?
Yeah.
So a car pulls up. And it's these young dudes. So I'm like 21, right?
Yeah.
And it's these dudes. They pull up in this car. It got T-tops.
Okay.
And they're listening to Diana Ross.
Okay.
Love Hangover.
Oh.
And when I say they having so much fun, they like, dum, 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 dum. And they like, oh. So I'm in the window and I'm like, okay. Like, I'm just listening. And they all like, we got the sweetest hangover. It was June.
Damn, that's so
it was
major.
Dame. I think it might have been Double.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
they was in there and they were so happy and they was singing this song.
They were the vibe.
And I was thinking, I don't know who those guys are. But I love those guys. I love those guys.
That's legendary.
Man, we listen to all kind of like throwback type stuff like Al Green.
Oh my God.
And Diana Ross or just Ohio Players, I Want to Be Free. Like all of that type of stuff, even as kids, because we would later take all of this music and sample it and then like make our own songs from it.
I loved it. Like, so from then, I was just like, those guys, those are my people.
Oh my God.
I don't know who they are. I don't even know why they're here.
Yeah.
But those guys are my people.
Oh my!
Yeah.
You know what? I see the connection because your brother used to drive around and he used to play music with you in the car.
Oh my gosh, Peanut.
Well,
I love you so much right now. Peanut has done his homework, guys. That is awesome. That is true.
Yeah.
So, because I was a baby. So, my brother David he literally graduated the year before I was born.
Okay.
So, David had a cool job. So, David had a brand new Cadillac. So, he'd be like, I'm going to take the baby. And I was like, I never wanted to go with David. Because he would do stuff like put his palm in the middle of my forehead. And I'd be like,
yeah.
You know, he
My big brother do that to me too.
So when I say I couldn't stand David
That's
Darden.
a legendary, unbeatable move for the little
You
kid.
cannot beat that. He would just, and my brother was a little guy, so now looking back, it's like you just couldn't beat nobody else up. So you just gonna pick on me. But he would do that all the time, and I'd be like, "Here comes David."
Yeah.
Shoot. But he would be like, "I'm gonna take Shell with me," and I would think to myself, "Mommy, no." But we would get in his car, and we would just roll and listen to music. David also let me drive his car when I was 6 years old.
Shout out to him. He is
Shout out to David. Rest in peace.
R.I.P. King.
But so David is the reason why we have the Fantastic Voyage at the coffee house because he looked like, I remember just listening to Lakeside. I know that whole album, that Fantastic Voyage album from beginning to end. Because we would just ride from one woman's house to the other girlfriend's house to the other girlfriend's house. That's why I was like, guys never have one girlfriend.
Yeah.
They never have one girlfriend. They always have multiples. I just had bad examples as a kid.
Damn.
Never mind, guys.
So, see that?
There are guys that have one woman.
There we go. So anyway.
They just weren't in my family. Anyway.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, ladies that are in my family.
Or relationships.
Yes. Sorry.
So let's talk about a little bit of failure.
Okay.
So 2002, you started a what was a boutique?
It was Juan Michael.
Okay. Yeah, I didn't want to say it wrong. Okay.
Yes. Juan Michael. So it was my masculine self. So Juanita Michelle, you have Juan Michael.
Mm-hmm.
So I had started this boutique and I thought I was ready for it. So I had spent years in retail. I started as a retail manager at 9 & Company with shoes. I moved on to retail merchandising at Kohl's department store, traveling all over the country, opening stores and doing merchandising. I moved away to Columbus to finish my degree, came home as a store manager of Express women's clothing store. So I felt like I could do this. But the world was changing. So I opened the boutique like right after 9/11. And also the city was changing. So the General Motors plants, they were doing things like closing, laying off people, so those wonderful jobs people were accustomed to, people were losing those jobs. And people don't want to spend $200 on an outfit when my job's in jeopardy. Right. So I opened the business and I wasn't prepared. I mean, I can honestly say at this point, I just wasn't prepared. I didn't have any of the C's. I don't know what my credit looked like because I never even checked my credit. You know what I'm saying? So I don't even think I applied for any credit or anything while I was in business at the time. I didn't have any collateral. I didn't own my own home, and I didn't have a whole lot of cash. Yeah. So when you're starting business, you got to have some of those C's.
Yes.
At least 2 of them, if not all 3. I am so sorry. Okay. So I learned a lot of good lessons in that business, but I had some successes in that business also. So I was successful at getting some media attention. I understood how to do some marketing. I learned how to develop my own website. I played around like I was starting a business plan, but I really didn't even come close to what a real business plan was. But I started the process. I understood what to do to start a business. And my dad was still alive. So I remember giving my dad a call like 6 months after the business started. And I called him. I was like, Daddy, can you come over to the boutique? And he came over. And I said, I think I'm going to close the business. And he was like, well, I could keep you open for a little while. I'm like, nah, Daddy, we're going to go ahead and close this. Because in my spirit, I knew that maybe I shouldn't be doing this right now. And even just to backtrack it a little bit, understanding, we're spirit creatures. So I remember walking across my mom's yard before the boutique even opened. It's something at the time I was like, in my gut, it was like, wait, in my gut, right?
Yeah.
So I understood as a more mature Christian, as you know, understanding the Holy Spirit and how it works, I understood the Holy Spirit was just trying to slow me down. It didn't tell me no, it just said wait. But my ego said that if I did it, they're gonna come. That's what my ego said. And I opened up that business, and 6 months later it was closed.
Right.
So it taught me how to get in tune with my spirit and how to listen to it. So when you fast forward and we talk about third perk,
Yes.
one of the things I said straight up, like from the beginning, is that me and God, we gonna work this out together. We walking this out. So I'm gonna pray about it. If it's a yes, it's a yes. If it's a no, it's a no. If it's a slow down, we gonna slow down. So I just talked about like everything in my life is simplistic. So it's a stop sign, red, yellow, green. Whatever he said, that's what I was gonna do. If it was a go, I'm gonna put my foot down and I'm pushing it. But if I had to stop, if the Holy Spirit said third perk is over, I would pack that thing up with no hesitation. It would be over. But as long as the Holy Spirit says I'm supposed to be in this, we gonna have a coffee house. We gonna have the People's Coffee House, and we gonna do it like we're doing it. And I'm going to be free to let it grow the way it's growing.
So how does the Holy Spirit talk to you?
So, it might be you. You know what I'm saying? It may be you. It may be something that you read. It may be you just may feel something. You know what I'm saying? I'm not going to ever be that person that says, well, God said.
Right.
Yeah.
God said maybe you shouldn't have put those pants on today.
Yeah.
You know, I'm not going to be like that. But just like I was walking across that field and something inside me said, wait. And I knew that weight was associated to that business. Yeah. But as a immature, like I said, immature Christian, I didn't understand what that meant at the time. I didn't understand that really I was getting, you know, just like slow down. It didn't tell me that I couldn't do it. It just said wait, right? But then the other thing that we start picking up on is, you know, when you don't know, you don't know. But because the Bible says all things, you know, all things work for the good.
Yes.
For those who are called, you know, it says all of that stuff. I'm not a Bible thumper, so I'm not going to say it verbatim. But
close
all
enough.
Things work for the
That's
good
the
for those
concept.
who are called. So I feel like at this point, when I'm moving because I am called. And I try to stay in my lane. So although, like, even when I was joking earlier about singing, you ain't gonna ever hear me nowhere singing, because I really do that for my entertainment of myself.
Right.
Yeah.
I'm never gonna get anywhere and do that, even though I'm very entertaining. I've got the moves.
Yeah.
I just don't have the voice.
Yeah.
So I stay in my lane. I do what I'm supposed to do, but I am led by the Spirit. And sometimes people come around me, and it's like, that's why I can just immediately be in love with somebody. And it's not a passionate love, but just like,
I just love, like,
I love you.
Yeah.
Because loving someone is truly the easiest thing that you can do.
Absolutely.
It is truly the easiest thing you can do. So to be able to meet someone and just to be in love with that person, that's easy. And it make your heart feel good.
Absolutely.
So again, for me, I'm a feel good person. Everything I do is because, that feels good.
Right.
That feels good. It looks good. It tastes good. It smells good. We're going to be, we good. So, yeah.
So I want to ask you, so speaking of feel good, when did you have your when did you become enthusiastic about coffee?
So, my mom used to feed me coffee off a little saucer. So my mother gave me a love for coffee, and my daddy gave me a love for beer. Okay. So my mom, she drank coffee every single morning, ritualistically. So coffee is truly a habit. People do it. It's a ritual.
Yes.
So drink more Third Perk coffee. We're located at 140 63rd Street in beautiful downtown
There we go.
Yeah.
That was a good plug right there. That's a good plug.
So my mom would get up in the morning. She'd drink her coffee, and I would ask for some. So she would pour a little bit out, have a little cream. So she drinks her coffee out the mug. I would drink it off a little saucer.
Mm-hmm. Oh,
And
that's cute.
So that's what we did every morning. So she kind of built me into this, caffeine fiend, because caffeine, again, it's a habit. It's like heroin. When you start it, you gotta live it. It's a lifestyle choice, right?
Yeah.
So, and then I remember working at a bank and just picking it back up, and then going home and trying to figure out why I wasn't sleeping at night. Well, you drank 4 cups of coffee while you were at the bank, so that's why you're up for 3 days straight. I remember trying to come off of the caffeine, in my head like exploding. It's a commitment. Caffeine is a lifetime commitment. Right. So I've always, for the most part, my whole life, I've been a coffee drinker. Mm-hmm. And I've had periods. I still have periods where I'll stop. Mm-hmm. But for the most part, I'm gonna have me some Java in the morning, and and if I'm having some dessert, I have me a little Java. I have me a little sweet wine. What little of that Kiara?
Hey, look at that plug.
Have a little of that Kiara wine. But I have an absolute love for wine and wine.
Coffee.
Dang,
Coffee and a tad bit.
And slip. Yes. So I do love coffee.
So, did the thing behind the whole, like barista and the whole atmosphere, did that come from Love Jones?
So not 100%. It really came from a real life place. There was a coffee house in Columbus. Shout out to Charity Martin Villa. Okay. And what was it? Urban Spirit Coffee House. She was located on Long Street near the King's Art Complex, over in that area. So I learned about her because my then husband, we had scheduled some shows at her space. And I went up there, and she was this cool African-American chick, just kind of doing her thing. She was educated. She owned this coffee house. The drinks was dope. So she had drinks like the Dizzy Gillespie and other names of like jazz legends.
Yes.
And which helped me name my specialty drinks. But on her walls, she would have all these dope people who were coming through her coffee house. And I'm like, dang, a coffee house is a pretty dope spot. And it's a cool place. People are just kind of hanging out and chilling. In her space, she had, it was 2 stories. So she had a space where you could also rent. And she had like an upstairs that was just a cool little, like a little
lounge, hangout.
It wasn't a lounge. It was more like a small event space. So the one thing I knew for sure is that we were lacking that in our city.
Absolutely.
And around 2008, I believe, 2008, 2009, the North River Coffee House closed. So Judge Littlejohn opened a coffee house. It closed a couple years later, and it just closed. It was gone, and it left us with nothing. So I kind of jokingly said, well, I'm going to open up a coffee house. And I kind of played around, but it really wasn't my time. And then somewhere around 2012, I just got an itch to be in business. And originally, I wanted to do Harold's Chicken, which is out of Chicago.
Chicago, oh my God.
Yes, swear.
Don't go to Las Vegas and eat it. They don't make it the way they make it in Chicago. Like, I mean, for real. I bought like $30 worth of chicken and left it in the Airbnb.
Oh, no. Yes.
Yeah, I was pissed.
Harold's Chicken.
Harold's Chicken. And look, and you got to get a Chicago style. You got to get it mild with the pepper and the salt on there. Best thing you're having in your life.
So I was upset because of JJ's Chicken. Yeah. I had a whole, like, I do these private protests. So I was protesting JJ's chicken because I was thinking, I want you to come into my neighborhood and I want you to sell me food that is native to where you come from.
Okay.
I don't want you to sell me food that is native
To here and you're from a different place. Yeah, yeah.
Sell me a falafel. Or something like that, but give me what you're good at. I don't want you to come and master what we should be selling ourselves.
That's a good point.
So I felt like I'm gonna go to Chicago. I'm gonna franchise Harold's Chicken. I'll bring it to Dayton. People know about Harold's Chicken. They're gonna be excited about Harold's Chicken. Home run.
Yeah.
And I tried for 8 months to make the proper connections, and it just wasn't working. So when it didn't work, it didn't mean that entrepreneurial itch didn't go away. I just focused it into something else. So I was like, I want to go ahead and open up that coffee house. I prayed about it. I remember me and my daughter, shout out to KP, me and Kaylin were on our way to the inauguration.
For Obama.
Exactly, because I'll kick myself in the ass because we didn't go to the first one. And I was like, well, when he gets back in office, we're going to the inauguration. So we're in the airport, and I called my pastor, and I was like, I want to go back into business. I want to make sure that that I'm really being led to do this, and I want it to be correct. And I want to make sure that I'm doing everything I'm supposed to.
Right.
And he suggested a book of prayers that I invested in, and I went through it, and I just kept trying to feed myself to make sure I was doing the right thing. Because at this point, my sons are grown. Shout out to Keenan and Kendall. They were grown. They were out of the house. And my daughter, she was starting high school. So I felt like I was in a safe place to take a risk at building a business. So, and then, we started it.
Wow.
We did it.
You did it. So, like, for instance, so like you talk about the dreamer vision and you can afford the business? So
at this point, she knew what her credit score was. It was like 715 or something like that. So I was like, I'll put my credit score on my T-shirt.
Yeah.
I'll put my credit score. So I was okay with where I was with my credit. I was at a point where I could go get whatever I wanted. And then, I had a couple of dollars, and I owned a house that was free and clear. At that point, the house that I bought, I didn't owe $1 on it. So I had collateral. I had a little bit of cash, and I had credit. So I felt like I was in a good position to start a business. And then I started actually planning for the business, trying to make sure that I was doing everything. I was nerding out. So I did all the classes. I wrote the plan.
You went to a coffee expo.
I went to coffee expos. I learned more about coffee than I even thought was possible.
Right.
So I went to this coffee expo, and I'm always my mind is so, like I said, I'm very simplistic in everything that I do. Although I make things complicated, I think very simplistically. So I'm going to this coffee trade show, and I'm thinking it's going to be like, this little room full of cup of coffee places.
Yeah.
It was like the Javits Center in New York.
Yeah.
Like, just crazy, full of coffee.
Like a DJ expo. Like, you think we'll be a little DJ set up? No, it's going to be
Oh, my God.
speakers to the heaven.
You have, syrups. You got 20 companies trying to sell you syrups or powders, or coffee roasters. You have 12 different brands of coffee brewers that you could get. The espresso machines. What kind of cups are you going to use? Like, it was like crazy bananas. It was so overwhelming. And I didn't know that that's what I was going into.
Right.
So I didn't know that when I started this journey, I'm thinking I'm going to have $50,000. I can make that in 2 summers teaching summer school. No problem. The guy looked at me, he said, how much money do you have? I was like, $50,000. Like,
Yeah.
he said, well, where are you going to get
The
the rest?
rest.
I said, what do you mean the rest? like he said, yeah, because you need $200,000 to open up your little coffee house.
Yeah.
And I'm like, $200,000? $200,000?
Yes.
Right.
To pour coffee? Are you kidding me?
Right.
So those machines that are, you know, that espresso machine, that's a $13,000 investment. The espresso machine by itself.
Right.
But then with that espresso machine, you got to have the correct filters. Because if you don't have the correct filters, you will ruin that espresso machine. So every one of those machines has its own special filter. And you got to know how to run that machine. And it's like, and of course, just like a Cadillac, you going to take care of that espresso machine.
Yeah.
Right.
Because who's going to keep spending $13,000 on a machine? But that's my money. You know what I'm saying? So when we talk about a little coffee house or a little business, you know, that was a hell of an investment to make it happen.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So when we think about, and really anybody who's in the food industry, when you have a restaurant, you've spent about $250,000 making that happen.
Yes.
Like the machines, the licensing, the electric, the plumbing, the HVAC, all of those, the refrigeration. Like, it's so heavy to do it. And so sometimes it hurts a little when you see people, you know, I'm balling out at home. It's like, boy, you don't know what it means to do this. Because for you to really do this is a hell of an investment.
Yes.
Yeah.
So when I be like, come on, y'all, come on down here to buy y'all some coffee, please. Come on down here to buy y'all some coffee. Because, you know, that investment, you know, you like to think that those machines are going to run you 10 years or whatever, you know, that initial investment. And you know, it's like, I want to see this grow. And by the grace of God, we have been able to expand ourselves. And I feel like we're going to continue to expand. And, you know, one day soon we may have $1 million coffee.
There we go.
But it has been truly a walk of faith and really just being honest about what I can do.
Yeah.
Because sometimes I'm like, I can't do that. You know, right now I'm operating in a space that doesn't have a kitchen. So people are wanting me to do a lot of the things that we did when we were on 5th Street. And we're limited. And we're limited because we don't have that full kitchen. So I would fry chicken down there on 5th Street. We have little chicken and waffles. I mean, because we did brunches and things like that. Yeah. But those things we can't do on 3rd Street because we just don't have the capacity to do it just yet. We got some surprises coming though.
But let's talk about the whole third perk. You've said it multiple times about why you chose third perk. You love the name, but the location wasn't available. So to finally have one on 3rd Street, how did that feel to finally have one on 3rd Street for finally match your name?
That was super duper dope. So third perk finally, as of December 30th of last year, we opened our doors on East 3rd Street. And it's funny we're on East 3rd because I'm a West Side girl. Yeah. But we're on East 3rd Street. And when I say people come into that space and they really like it, they feel like, they're like, well, this is way more homier than over on 5th Street. And I was like, that was my baby. You know what I'm saying? I had a full designer come out and, you know, she rocked that space. But it is a cool space. It's open and it's like,